Welcome to Nico Props. I'm Chris Fry, also known as Nicodemus, and welcome to the workshop. So we're in the workshop today. I want to do an upgrade. It's only a small minor upgrade on the milling machine that I've got. So I want to put this on it, which is a cooling system. So it uses, if I can get it untangled, uses this into a bottle of cutting fluid. And also air goes into it, so the air creates suction and, you know, basically sprays a mist over the part rather than just pouring cutting fluid. So this is what I'm going to plan on putting on here. I've already done a little bit of work. I was a bit cheeky. I drilled a hole so that this bolt can fit through, like so, because I'm going to put it here. There's a grub screw in there at the moment. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to put this bolt in, which will also hold this in place. And I think that's going to be good. I think there's nothing on the other side. I'd like to mount it on this side, but there's nothing on that side that I can do it with. So it's going to have to be here, which is, I'm hoping it's not going to get in the way of this. So one of the first things I want to do, make a connector for the airline. So I've got this piece of tube, which I've got in a mug of hot water. I've only got some air, like quick release airline fixing, so the idea is to put them together like so and use the spanners to tighten them up, go the right way to make sure it's all good and airtight and not drop it. I suspect that might happen a couple of times. So yeah, we've just got to tighten this up as hard as I can get it, basically. So I've got a good air seal. And that's it. It drops it under the camera. Oh, got it. Right, so before I put this together, I actually covered the threads with PTFE tape. We've got the tube in here warming up, so I'm hoping I can just kind of push it over this. I might have to use Jubilee clips, so we'll see. Hopefully this is soft enough and I haven't left it too long to cool. It's gone over the first bit. I'd like it to go over that ridge if I can get it over that, which it seems like we might be doing. Yeah, I've left this water to go cold, basically, or too cold. Yeah, I can put my fingers in it without burning myself. That's too cold. I will come back in a moment with hot water. Okay, so I off camera, I've got a fresh cup of coffee, hot water. I put the hose and also the barb into it because I found that when I was trying to push it on, it was cooling down too quickly. So I thought I'd heat the barb up, and then I've put the Jubilee clip on as well. It probably doesn't need it. I've got to be honest, it probably would be tight enough, but just for safety's sake. So now this gives me a quick air connector to my compressors. Quick air connector. And that gives me air. So that can now be plugged into this block. Now this block, like I said, it's got to be put into some liquid. There's a little filter on the end there. It's got to be put into cutting fluid. I ordered this off of eBay. Yeah, I mean, it was like £15 maybe, and maybe even less than that. So we'll see how it is. It might be absolutely crap, but meh. Better than no coolant. So I'm going to put this, I need to put this on here, but I need to take the grub screw out first. So just take the grub screw out. I knew that was going to happen. Right, so put that over there. I don't need that. Now then, if we put this underneath, put my bolt through and line it up, I can get it finger tight, like that. Pop that over there somewhere, out of the way. I think this was the one that I was using. Let's undo. So that's good and solid. So we take our air line and we put it into this connector here. This is very much like those who've got 3D printers. This is very much like a Bowden connector. Looks like I'm going to have to tighten that bolt up. And that's in. So I'll put that back there. I think this is going to be one of those things, it's just going to keep coming undone. So, that goes over the back here. And we've got airflow. We'll disconnect that. Right. So that's my air. Now I need to worry about my cutting fluid. So I've got deionised water. You can use regular water, it's up to you, but I like using this because it's less likely to go mouldy and clog up the system. This is a part bottle, so it's about here somewhere. I'm going to put some cutting fluid in it, and that should be off our thing for that. I'll also I'll go off camera and I'll mix this with some cutting fluid, and I'll cut a hole in the top here for the filter to pop through. All right, I'll be back in a second. Right, so I was just about to go away and mix this off camera, and I thought, well, you kind of need to know what I'm talking about. So this is soluble cutting oil. Okay, so this stuff basically mixes with water and it turns a milky white. They call it milky suds. You can use it on lathes and drill presses, all sorts of stuff. So I've got a bottle of this. I'm just going to mix into here. You're supposed to measure it. I'm just going to put a couple of good glugs in there, and hopefully that'll be all we need. That's looking pretty good. So I'm using the wrong cap, idiot. I'll give that a shake and I'll drill the a hole in the cap, and we'll come back and we shall. Right, so I've given our milky suds a really good shake. I've drilled through 2 holes in the cap, about 4mm. I've got this little filter thing that's on the end of the line, so I need to pull that off. If I can pull that thing off, should be able to. Oh, it's really liking to hang in there. Oh, really? Oh, it is moving. Oh, it's really stuck on there. I might have to get a couple of pairs of needle-nose pliers or something like that. Hang on. Then a pair of regular pliers to grip the filter on the solid bit, and grab hold of the pipe and hope for the best. There we go. Right, that's a bit of an effort. Right, so we should now be able to feed this through one of these holes. I may have to enlarge a hole, which is what I think I'm going to have to do. It might be actually the end of this. I might cut the end of the tube off. It might help. Just with a pair of humble scissors. I want to make sure that I keep it as square as I can. Looks good. Right. There we go. That's come through, so I can thread that through like that. I'm now going to put the end in the hot water because I need to get it back onto that air fixing. So now I've got that in the hot water. I'll give it a couple of minutes and I'll push this back on and we can drop it into the bottle and give it a go, see how it is. Okay, so we've got the bottle of fluid at the back here, and we've got the air line here. So the only thing left to do is to connect it up. We've got air coming out, and if I, surely it should be sucking that up. Maybe it's not enough air pressure. Okay, so I think that is low pressure that's causing that not to come out. It's not creating enough suction. I don't want to put the compressor on now because it's quite late at night, so I'll have to test it another time, but I'm quite confident that that's actually going to work. I can smell oil on my fingers from it, so it is getting some, but obviously we just don't have the pressure because I've turned the compressor off for the day. So, thank you for watching and subscribe.